Hello and welcome to Teach Me Floristry. You can find us on Facebook. Tidy the table a bit. You can find us on Facebook and I'll tell you all tips and tricks. If you've been given roses, or maybe you've had roses left over from your wedding and you'd like to have a memory of them and you'd like to keep them, maybe because of the name or just because you like the colour, this is how you take rose cuttings. We don't need the top, so we can just remove that from the just above the top two leaves there. We don't need that. All roses, as with other plants, have energy points all down the stem, and these energy points are called nodes, and from these nodes that's where your leaves grow from. That's the only place leaves grow from the nodes. So this is where all the energy points are. So when you're taking a cutting, you probably want it about 6-7 inches, probably 12-14 centimeters long. Then this is going to be the section that's going to go in the ground. And what I want is I want 2 of those energy points. In fact, there's even a little one there, the third one, so I'll leave that one on. I'm just going to take that thorn off, and I'm just going to cut that just below the joint there. Now if you just push that in the ground now, it might well root, but you've only got a very tiny surface area, and where it roots is around that white pith, around the edge. The middle bit, that transports the water and the food, but all the energy and where it's going to root is the end. So what we want to do is to take off and create more surface area. Now I've got one join there, I'm going to take in that other join there. You don't do it all around the stem, otherwise it will just fall apart. You only do down one side. There you are. So now, instead of having that one little, that's the bit I cut, instead of having that one little bit there, we've now got, probably 10-15 times as much area. What you do then, out into the garden, somewhere where you won't want to move the rose, put a pencil in the ground, take it out, slide your rose cutting as far as you can, even if it goes up a little bit, even if it goes up the stem a little bit, it doesn't matter. And then put your foot against it, make sure that it's really pressed in, and the soil needs to be touching all this area here for it to root. I would probably put maybe 2 or 3 in a little group together, just in case one or maybe 2 they doesn't take, that they don't root. And with all the roses you've got, you can go all around the garden and do that. If you're not sure where you want to put them in the garden, then mix selection. It can be soil. You really want some grit in there if you can, and you can put it into a flower pot, but it needs to be a tall flower pot. And ideally, really pack that compost in it. Again, you can put your cuttings in that flower pot. I would put a saucer underneath it so it holds the water, and I'd actually leave it outside somewhere, maybe on the patio, to one side, perhaps underneath a bush, so that it's got a little bit of shelter from the summer sun. And make sure that bowl's kept full of water, and that way the moisture will go up the pot, and that'll be ideal conditions for your roses. First year, after about 4 months or something, they'll start sprouting. For the first year, just let them grow, just let them do whatever they want to do. You might even get a flower. Second year, you need to prune them back. I wouldn't go lower than the first leaf when that was originally on the rose. And then the second year, they'll then bush out, and you've got your own, well, wedding roses in the garden, a little memento, or maybe a golden anniversary. Very easy to do. Don't worry about these little sprouts, they may or may not grow. Don't worry about those. That's probably going to be above ground level. You can only try. Thanks for watching Teach Me Floristry. Find us on Facebook.